So let's get started. Let's start hands and knees, or no, let's start in a standing forward bend. Just put the ball down real close. Take your feet as wide as your mat, or if you don't have a mat, just wider than your hips. And then fold your body down onto the hands onto the mat. Bend the knees, and just shift your weight from side to side. And then when you're ready, just find a little bit of stillness in the center. Let your head hang down. Bend your knees a lot so your belly is resting on your thighs. And then take your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, palms together, reach the arms up and over the head. Shake out your head yes and no, just get rid of tension. And then release the hands to the floor, look forward, lengthen your spine. Now walk out to a down dog with a wide leg. And I know, Ro, you can do this because you've done it. So weight goes back towards the heels, shifts away from the hands. And again, shift your hips from side to side. And if you can't do it, just go onto a bed or a table, something that won't move. Bend one knee, then the other. And then come back to a down dog with soft bends in the knees, maybe a big bend in the knees. It's all good. And walk your hands back towards your feet. Forward fold, bend your knees again. This time chin to chest, round your back to come up to standing. Bring the arms up overhead. Grab opposite elbows and lean to the right side. Oh my gosh, my abs. And Michelle, your abs okay from yesterday? Inhale, because Deb said hers weren't. And mine are certainly sore. And I'm blaming my Pilates on it, but inhale, lift your arms up again. Walk your feet in a little bit closer, about hips width apart. And then release the arms, bend the knees, and fold forward again. Touch the floor, so you're going to probably bend your knees a little bit more. And again, shift through the hips. So each time we bring the feet a little closer, you still have to make some movement through the hips. Look forward, inhale, walk your hands to the front of your space. Down dog, not a plank, so just a down dog. Feet are now hips width apart, and again, bend the knees, rock side to side. And then make your way back to the center. Soften your knees, walk your hands back to your feet. Bend your knees, fold. Tuck the chin to the chest. Roll through your spine to come up to standing. Stretch your arms overhead. Take the opposite arm over. You'll know because you just have a habitual side. Lean up and over to one side. And if you don't know, just go to whatever side. Come back to center, go to the other side. Now come back to center, bring your feet together. Reach your arms overhead, interlace your fingers, release thumb and forefinger. Lift up and over to the right side. Inhale back to center, exhale up and over to the left side. And then inhale back to center, lift yourself up. Tuck your chin into your chest, round your spine. Bring your hands to the floor again, bend your knees, walk it out. With your feet straight ahead, it's going to be a little more challenging. Walk your hands forward. Lift your hips in the air so you have one leg, right? Both legs are together. Again, use your bed, use your dresser, whatever you need. And then walk your hands back to your feet. Bend the knees a lot. Tuck the chin to the chest. Roll to standing. Roll the shoulders back and around. Good. Stand up tall for a second. Take your right leg and you could hold on to it or just lift it up and open the hip out to the side. And then make a circle with it. Come up, open, up, open, and come back down. So again, you can hold on to it or you can just let it go on its own. One more time. And switch sides. Lift up. Open out, and bring it in. Lift up, open out. My balance is off. Maybe it's because my room is dark now. One more time. and then come back to standing. So if you have a ball, you're gonna take your ball in between your ankles or just above your ankles and stand. If you don't have a ball, that's okay. Just keep your feet about hips width apart. Or if you want to use your blanket, that's fine. Squeeze the ball between your ankles. I'm just gonna move back a little bit. And bend your knees, sit down a little bit. So, squat for some. As you do this, squeeze the ball between the thigh or between the feet. Keep that squeezing of the ball. Let's do 3 more. You can just do a little hip hinge. 2 more. And then on the last one, I want you to sit down into it. Walk your hands to the floor. So you should move, if you aren't in the space that you were before, walk your hands forward again. So I'm just gonna move back a little bit. So you're back in that downward facing dog, but you've got the ball between your ankles or pillow or block. And now we'll shift into a plank. Ro, I can't see you at all, just so you know. Hips up in the air. You're back to the plank position. Keep squeezing the ball. That's better, because we're gonna go to the floor soon. One more time, shift forward. Plank and hold, hold, hold. And then some of us will bend the knees to the floor. Some of us will go against a bench or a table. Bring your feet up so the ball's between your legs and give me 5 push-ups. 4. Go start again. 5, 4. That's it, Michelle. 3, 2, and 1. Sit back on your heels. And then come around. Swing your legs around. You can keep the ball there. And we're going to come to sitting with the ball between the ankles today. Or the pillow between the ankles. Hold the hands under the thighs. So I want you not to let your knees fall apart, but bring the knees right in line with your hips and squeeze the ball the entire time, or the pillow. Lift your chest up. Reach your arms out in front of you. I'll turn this way for a second. Round your back and come down and go just about your tailbone. So it's just like a C curve. Keep squeezing the ball. And then sit up tall. Exhale, chin to chest round. Just a little bit, not too far. Like, clock maybe 11 to 1 or 2, and then sit up. Well, this is 12 actually, so let's go back to 1 or 2. Now you can lift your legs up or put your hands down and lift your legs up. Without bending the knees, lower the feet to the floor. And then lift the legs up. And lower the legs, so it's out of the hip. Hands can be on the floor, forearms can be on the floor, back can be on the floor. 3 more of these. 2. And 1 more, hold it up. Lower the legs, sit up and fold. So just a little action happening at the ankles. Now we're going to roll down a little bit lower so that our head and shoulders stay off the floor. Roll down, pull the belly into the spine. Stay off the floor with your head and shoulders. Now lift the legs up, tabletop position, and lower them again. Same thing, not out of the knees, out of the hips. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your feet down. Lift your head and shoulders up. Do a nice crunch. 10 of those. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lay your head down on the floor now. You're all the way on the floor with your back. Bring your legs back up in the air. Squeeze whatever's between them. And lower over to the left side, but don't touch. Just hover off the floor and squeeze the ball or the blanket or whatever you've got between your thighs, your ankles. Come back to center, use your inhale. Actually, your exhale. Inhale over to the right side. Hover, but squeeze the ball. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the left. Squeeze the ball. Inhale. Now stay here and squeeze the ball for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and hold the squeeze as you inhale back to center. Exhale over to the other side. Squeeze for 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold the squeeze, and 1. Come on back to center, lower your feet to the floor. Alright, so instead of the ball between your inner thighs today, we're keeping it between the ankles. Tilt your pelvis, lift your hips up, lift your arms up. So arms right over shoulders, feet on the floor, line up the knees with the hips. Press into your shoulders. Open your arms to a T. Exhale, articulate your spine down. Inhale, lift your legs up. Exhale, tap them down and lift them back up. Inhale, move over to your left side. Squeeze the ball between the thighs or the ankles. Don't touch. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, up and over to the other side. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, lower your feet to the floor. Inhale, lift your hips. Arms come back up over your shoulders. Exhale, articulate down, arms open to the side. Inhale, lift the legs up, tabletop. Exhale, lower the feet to the floor. Inhale, lift the legs up. Shift your hips right, knees fold to the left, but they hover. Inhale to center. Exhale to the other side, hover. Inhale back to center. Exhale, lower your hips. One more time, feet, now lift your hips. Good. Exhale, lift a little higher. Inhale, open the arms out, articulate your spine down, bring the knees up. Exhale, tap the feet to the floor. Inhale, lift the legs up and shift your legs over to the left. Hold and hover. Back to center, inhale. Other side, exhale, hold and hover. Draw it back into center. Lower your feet to the floor. Good. Lift your hips up. Again, bring your arms up. Lift your arms over your head so now they're on the floor behind you. Lift your hips all the way up. Squeeze the ball. Come up a little bit higher onto your feet, onto your shoulders. Empty the breath and lower the arms, lower the hips. And now bring the legs up straight. Take your arms right by your hips. And lower your legs about a third. So here's 12 o'clock, I don't know, 9 o'clock-ish. Squeeze the ball, squeeze the legs. And just squeeze the ball for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it there. Arms are supporting your hips if you need that. Circle your legs to the right. Small or big, you decide. So we're going to do 5 on one side, and then 5 on the other side. Good, so reverse it. Two more. And back to the center. Keep your legs up. Lower your legs down. Lift your legs up. So only go as far as you can go. Either your hands are supporting your back, or you only go as far as you can go with your lower back not leaving the floor. 2 more. No, I didn't finish my workout. 1 more. Now lift the ball up, lift the legs up, take the legs back to that, 30 degrees down. Squeeze the ball and squeeze, 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 squeeze. 4, 3, 2. Now we're going to combination here. So we're going to lower the legs down, come up and make a circle to the right, and then circle to the left. Lower the legs down, circle the legs to the left. Bring the legs up first, then circle the legs to the left. Almost like a figure 8. Take the legs down 1 more time. Bring it up, circle right, circle left. Come back to center, and bring your knees to your chest. Take the ball out for a minute, or whatever you've got. You can now lift your hips up and put your back on the ball or back on the, I see a pillow, whatever you got. First, let's stretch the legs out in front of us. Get a nice release into the front of the hip. Let your glutes just kind of hang out there. Soften the glutes. And then bend the knees and come back in. All right. Take the right leg in the air. Take the left leg in the air. Line up your heels together, open up your toes. Bend your knees so the knees come towards the shoulders. Heels stay higher than the knees, and then stretch your legs up. Right now we're straight up to the ceiling. Bend the knees. Good, keep the heels higher than the knees. And when you come up, squeeze your inner thighs really strong together. Draw it in. Let's do one more. Good, bring your legs a little bit in front of you, maybe not as long as it was before, and take your legs into circles again, but with your feet, your toes pointing out. So you might have to adjust the ball underneath your back. We'll do 3 this time, 3 in one direction, and then reverse the direction. And then come back to center, bend the knees, stretch the legs, circle the legs open, circle the legs closed. Bend the knees, drop the hips, lift the legs, circle the legs open or closed. So just alternating. And then one more time, bend the knees, open out, reverse, hold it up here. Good. Now, take your legs out in front of you. Lower one leg and keep the other leg hovering off the floor and lift the other leg in the air. And then bring it back up. Don't just switch. Now switch. So first we go down. One leg stays down, one leg stays up. Switch. Lower down. If you want a little bit more, take your hands behind your head, lift your head and shoulders up. Or maybe you lift your arms from the floor. Maybe you don't support your head. And let's do, notice the rocking side to side. That's okay. You're trying to find some place of stability, which makes you work your core. Ooh, and come back up. All right, good. Bend the knees. And let's go ahead and stretch the legs straight out again in front of you. On the floor, arms overhead. Bend your knees, put your feet on the floor. Release your hands, lift your hips, and roll yourself to sit up. Take your right foot inside your left thigh. Row, so if you don't have a ball, it's okay. You can just stretch your arms out on the floor. So if you do have the ball at home, right hand on the ball outside your right hip. So the right leg is the one that's bent in. Stretch the arm out to the side, lift up and over. Good, don't pancake the ball, come back up. Walk the ball out. Come back up. Walk the ball back out, stay here. Turn to the ball and roll out. Come back in, roll out 3 more times. You can go on the blade side of your fingers on the ball. 1 more. Come back up, lift up, and come back up. Take it over. Come back to center. Take the ball in front of you or walk your hands in front of you. Walk out. And come back in. So you know what? Traveling with the ball is easy, but if you don't, I have a couple. I just found them in my garage. I have a couple here if you need it. Traveling with the ball is easy because you deflate it and you blow it back up. My ball's been to Europe with me several times. Take it out and come back in. Good, come back and switch sides. Left leg in, right leg behind you. Left hand on the ball or the floor. Lift up and over to the left side. Come back up. Over. Come back up. Take it over and stay over. Turn it around. Come on the blade side of your fingers. Come in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take it back. Up and over. Come back up. Lift the left arm up. Exhale, bring the arms down in front of you. Back on the ball blade side, or walk your hands out in front of you. Walk out. You're going to notice one side, definitely has a little bit more movement than the other. Come back in. And we'll do that 3. Come back in 2 more times. 1 more time. And then come all the way back up. Keep your left leg where it is and bring your right leg to sit cross-legged. Bring the legs underneath the hips. Both arms in front again. Take a breath in. 3, 2, roll out. 1. Now a little bit more into the hip. 2 more. Roll back in. Roll back out. Hold it here. Walk the ball a little further if you have the space. And then roll it back in. Switch the cross of your legs. So line up the heels underneath the knees rather than just at the ankles. Take the ball out in front of you again. We've got 3 rollouts in 3, 2, and 1. Roll out. So the leg that's in the front, you're going to feel more of the deeper stretch. We'll do that one more time. Hold it out. And then come on back up. Straddle your legs, open them out. Doesn't have to be a big straddle. Just hold the ball in the center for a second. Oh no, hold it in your right hand. Take the ball in your right hand. Take your left hand inside your left thigh, right arm comes up and over. Come back up to sitting. Good. Take it over again, exhale. Slide your left hand down your left leg. Inhale, come back up. Keep your right hip grounded. Let's do that one more time. Now turn towards your left leg. Ball in hand is fine. Actually, if you have the ball, you can roll the ball out on the inside of the leg. Keep your right hip grounded, otherwise both hands on either side of the foot. Inhale. Exhale, walk through the center, over to the right side. Ball in the left hand. Inhale, lift up. Come all the way up. Exhale. Inhale to the right side. Come back up. Up and over to the right side. And now turn it around to the right side. Hands on the floor on the ball. Inhale, walk it back in. Walk through the center and roll the ball forward. Stay here, come on the blade side. Keep your spine long, toes up, hips open. Roll it out. And then come back in a little bit. So just like a little pulsing, not too much. Especially if you don't have a ball, just walk your fingers forward and back. And then one more time, hold it out. And roll through the spine. Swing your legs around to the front of your space. Reach your arms out in front of you. Legs are straight. Inhale. Here, I'll turn this way again. Exhale, now round your spine with a straight leg this time, all the way down. Take the arms right over your shoulders. Flex your feet. Option to bring your hands on your thighs to help you. Otherwise, tuck the chin to the chest, bring the arms forward. Roll up and reach out. Good. Roll down, round your back. When you go down, arms come up over your shoulders, inhale. When you exhale, chin to chest, round your spine, roll in, roll up, reach out. And let's do that one more time. Round your spine, come down. Legs are firm and active, arms over the shoulders, inhale. Exhale, take the chin to the chest, roll up, reach out, and then sit up nice and tall. Slide around. Bring your ball off to the side. We're not going to use it, so you can just move it away, say goodbye to it. Come to your hands and knees for some cat-cow. Tuck the toes, arch the back. Exhale, round and curl. Inhale, arch the back. Exhale, round and curl. Inhale, arch the back. Come to neutral. Separate your knees wide, touch the toes together, and sit back on your heels. Child's pose. Inhale, come back onto your hands and knees. Tuck your toes, and like we started, find a downward dog with the about hips width apart on this one. Bend the knees one at a time. And then settle into your dog. Bend your knees this time, walk your feet to your hands. Soften the knees as much as you need to, look forward. Exhale, fold. Tuck the chin to the chest. Ragdoll to stand. Bring the arms overhead. I'll just shoot back a little bit. Take your left wrist with your right hand, lift up and over. Inhale, return to center, switch sides. Inhale, switch up, back to center. Open the arms, and like we started, take the arms behind your back, interlace your fingers, knuckles down, heart lifts, and forward fold all the way down. Arms up, head down. Release your arms to the floor. Tuck the chin to the chest. Push down to the floor to roll up. Bring your arms overhead. Walk your feet in. Bring your hands to your heart. Lift your right leg up. We also did this in the beginning. Open the hip out. Hug the left hip in. And bring it back down. Left side. Lift up. See if we're a little bit more balanced with our core active. I'm not. Come back down. Take the arms up. Inhale. And exhale. You are done. Core strong, hopefully. Balance there, maybe. Not for me so much. Stay home, stay fit, stay healthy.